regulatory activity heats up around the country. Hi, I'm George Whipple. Connecticut, Oregon, Nevada, and New Jersey have all passed new legislation focused on worker protections. In California and Illinois, similar bills are moving through the legislative process. But New York took the lead with a flurry of expansive new employee protection laws, including sweeping changes to the legal standards for defining workplace harassment and defending against such claims, and broadly expanded equal pay claims. The state will also now require employers to grant workers paid time off to vote, and passed a new statewide salary history ban.
There has definitely been an uptick in legislation in New York, as well as many other states. A lot of the states have, over the past year or so, implemented a lot of laws dealing with sexual harassment. And this is sort of round two for New York, enhancing the prior protections that really dealt with sexual harassment and broadening them to apply to not only sexual harassment, but other forms of harassment, discrimination, and also retaliation. Some of the laws apply specifically to sexual harassment, but many of these laws apply more broadly to all discrimination and retaliation and harassment claims under the human rights law. For example, these laws expand the coverage of the human rights law to all employers, not just employers with 4 or more employees. This change had already been made with respect to sexual harassment, but now it applies to the entire law. The law expands the protection so it protects not only employees, but other individuals like contractors and vendors and their employees.
The president's nominees now make up a majority of the NLRB. And the board is moving to undo many of the pro-union actions the board took under President Obama. In a recent ruling, the board found that employers may legally ban non-employee union representatives from engaging in organizing activities in public areas of the workplace. With this decision, the board has once again overturned a precedent, the public space exception, which had been in place since 1982. The exception allowed non-employee union organizers to frequent lobbies and other spaces open to the public. This brings the NLRB in line with a number of federal appeals courts that had disagreed with the board. And Justice Kavanaugh's first term is in the books as the Supreme Court wrapped up its work last month. While Kavanaugh replaced retiring Justice Kennedy, Kennedy's frequent swing vote was taken up this term by many different conservative justices, leading to some surprising decisions. The justices left over 20 decisions for the last few weeks, including Kaiser v. Wilkie, a case about whether courts are obligated to defer to the interpretations of regulations by federal agencies charged with their enforcement and administration. In that case, the court did not eliminate the hour standard, but held that the lower court was too fast in applying that standard. In Fort Bend County versus Davis, a unanimous court held that the requirement to exhaust state remedies in a Title VII discrimination complaint is waivable, meaning that employees may be able to pursue federal discrimination lawsuits without first filing with the EEOC. Next term, the court could decide whether Title VII protections extend to gay and transgender employees. That begins in October. Stay tuned here for that. And now Regina Huber, CEO of Transform Your Performance, multicultural transformational leadership coach, and D&I consultant, is here with some tips on how inclusion and trust can increase innovation in the workplace.
Inclusion does not mean separating people into boxes. Inclusion is about bringing people together through dynamics that allow them to maximize each other's unique strengths and to create something bigger together. That's what I call co-creation. Diverse teams are only potentially more innovative. Trust is often the missing piece. So we must build trust and have those critical conversations in all directions. Leading edge conversations that allow us to turn a diverse environment into an inclusive culture. And I call this humanizing the workplace.
Thanks, Regina. If you'd like to learn more, you can download Transform Your Performance's white paper on their website. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.